Hello everybody, it's Nerd of Tarot. Okay, it's Cancer season. As a Cancer, I'm just like, hell yeah. It's Cancer season, so I'm like exceptionally like cheerful. I was working on a school assignment. I'm just like, man, this like let's do some other stuff. So let me wipe this camera off and get into it. Hi, I'm Narrative Tarot. I'm here to do your Cancer season reading because it's Cancer season and I'm a Cancer, and so I'm like really into this. So it's gonna be a shorter video, hopefully, y'all. But yeah. So comment, like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to start doing the monthly videos. Those are by planet, so they're only going to be 10 videos as opposed to like the 12 for Zodiac, and that's all that goes. I have like other like readings and stuff like that I want to do. I haven't done it yet, but there are a few up there, like redemption readings and things like that. You can check those out if you want to. So might link them just to see, just to let you know what they're about. So Cancer season. I know Leo, there's Mars in Leo, Jupiter I think is still in Pisces, Saturn, Aquarius, but there's a lot of things retrograding. I think Pluto's retrograde until like October, and then like other planets are retrograde until like basically August through like January or something like that, 2022. So we had a lot of things on the board. Mercury's coming out of retrograde, basically. It was in Gemini. Mars, like I said, went into Leo, so it's out of Cancer. So I think Mercury's gonna be going into Cancer pretty soon, within the next like maybe week or something like that, if it isn't there already. I'm a Cancer Sun and Mercury. So I'm kind of like, yes. Because Mercury retrograde, it wasn't that bad. It was just like, as always, like something tech. Yeah, so I think it's a really good time. I don't see it as anything like overly eventful happening for Cancer season. For me, I'm not feeling anything overly like significant other than like people's birthdays. I don't see any like tragedies or anything like that. I will say, like, just pay attention to how much you work, how much you put your energy into work, how much you put your self-esteem into work. Working is something where people have a lot of pride in. Like family, like we celebrated Father's Day in the US, so it's a good time for, I guess, I think children to be free and having fun and just having their fun time. I think it's like just time to have fun. So we're gonna use 3 decks: Deviant Moon, Mother Peace, and then these Archetype Cards. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. So yeah, let's just do kind of like one card. Okay, cool. I guess you're gonna flip out. So we had Queen of Wands and the Moon tried to come out. So Queen of Wands, the Moon, we're gonna keep it like that, and Nine of Pentacles is at the bottom under that. I kind of feel like that Leo expression will be really, really, really prominent for some reason. So definitely a good time to express your Leo-ness. A good time to go out into the sun. Figure out the importance of the sun to your life. I think for a lot of people, you may be eating more things that definitely lean towards the sun, or like orange, red, yellow, things like that. eating around a lot of people, celebrating with a lot of people, especially if it's your birthday. You may have more people this year, or you may just feel a lot brighter. I mean, after last year, anything's fucking better, right? So I think there is a cheerfulness, a rosiness, a cheekiness about Cancer season this year, summer this year. I think people really want to let loose. I would say stay away from drinking, stay away from like drugs and stuff like that. I think it's a great time for summer romances, meeting people. If you're traveling, you know, because some people never stopped. Traveling, I think it's a pretty decent time. I think it's a good time to just put action into being who you are, being where you are, kind of just energizing places and spaces, and words for some reason, vocabulary, songs. It's just I feel like Leo season is kind of very festive, like wants to shake it up, wants to be a little bit raucous, funny, cheeky, a little bit of a trickster, just wants to put forth good energy. I feel like pay attention because there might be more people than anticipated going to places, being in spaces that you want to be in, like more people may show up to things that you have planned. It's just a lot of good stuff, a lot of good energy. I feel like it's also a good time to affect energy of places. So if you want to leave like offerings and you want to leave your kind of mark or your thanks in a certain space energetically, like grid work kind of thing, I think that's a great time for that. I think the energy will be well received, especially if it's to a sun god or sun goddess or something that represents the sun. You can either make it, you know, like make it or find it in nature and offer it. Go to a spot. I think by the fall time, because I'm seeing like wheat and stuff like that, like something harvested, I think you'll get that energy kind of back pretty soon, because like 3 months is pretty soon. Before you know it, the summer's like over. So you probably will get it back and it'll be multiplied to you. For people who are more lunar, hate to say it, but I kind of feel like this Cancer season, you're meant to be more in the sun, because we are sun sign Cancers. So I mean, even if your moon sign is Cancer, I think it might show up more in a solar way, and that it's more apparent that you're a Cancer. Because some people could be like because it's like your emotions are kind of like who you kind of are. But it's like some people could show themselves more as Cancers this season. The more positive aspects, I mean, like totally you could like melt down and the negative side can come out. But I do think like if you have Cancer in your chart, like it'll show up more, I think. It'll be more apparent that you are a Cancer. So people who thought you were like a Scorpio, like if you're a Scorpio sun but you have a Cancer moon, like you probably will come out a little bit more as a Cancer right now. And you may be enjoying more Cancerian things right now. If anybody's doing like spell work for pregnancy and stuff, I would say pay attention to that. Pay attention to your energy that you're directing. Yeah. And if you're currently pregnant, this is not medical advice because I'm not a medical doctor. But on like a spiritual level, I kind of feel like water charged by the sun may be helpful. Maybe not drink cold water, drink room temperature, drink it with herbs. I'm not a doctor. That are like sun based, if you're into that and you can, you know, advise with your doctor if you want to do that. But I really do feel like it's a great time for people. Now, when I'm seeing these like these like strings attached to the moon, if you do get into like romances or friendships and stuff like that, Just be aware of the dynamics, be aware of the fact that these things may not last. So I would say it's quite a carefree time. I feel like you'll feel the fullness of whatever you feel with people. Like you'll feel really engaged, really like I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm really close to people, I'm really feeding off their energy, they're feeding off of mine. But just make sure that like when the season's over, you know, because some people are only there for like the summer. You know, you meet like a lot of people in the summer, you meet a lot of people when you're on vacation and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You just happen to be eating, you know, at the like resort and people sit next to you and there's a show and you're like, oh my god, and you have so much in common, stuff like that. Like just make sure that you're not like overly invested in the fact that like this is like forever, because like, you know, you live in Cali, this person is like from Florida, you know, you may not maintain that relationship past like a certain point. And so just make sure you're not like getting loony about it, you know, because Cancer season can be very attached. Make sure you're not getting so loony. But I think it's a great time for your summer bod. I'm looking at the Queen of Wands. Summer bod. If you want to wear a bikini, wear it. If you want to wear something, wear it. I don't really think there's any real fashion faux pas. Although you could be someone who ends up in the public eye because you look really good or really bad. But really, I think really good, beautiful, things like that, like glowing. I feel like that Leo energy is like really coming through. So definitely embrace the sun. Definitely like wear sunscreen. Not a doctor, but you know, like sunscreen is important. So wearing that, I think it's just a really good time to look good. You can update your wardrobe, your perfumes, your purses. But generally, because it's summertime, you're probably not wearing a whole lot. But I think if you start something in the summer with regards to your health, I do think it'll carry over in the fall. It'll change a little bit because you're dealing with different seasons and stuff like that, or dry season or rainy season, whatever. It'll transform just a little bit. It'll change just a little bit. But I think if you start it in the summer, it'll be good because I need it. But I do think that, you know, if you start it in the summer and you gain momentum and you actually like to do it, I feel like there's a really like, yeah, kind of energy. Just make sure that if emotionally you're not there, you're not forcing it. But like, if you really like, really feel buzzing and high, just make sure mania is like under control. But it's a really good time to spread positivity and joy and light. And that Leo season, I really do feel like it's going to be really helpful for you. That Leo Mars is really helpful. I just feel like it's a lot more helpful. And there's things that come together and you're like, yeah, you know, you're on a good streak. So rack up those wins while you can. It's not like it's going to like take a 180 all of a sudden and you're just going to be in hell all of a sudden. But I do think that just cherish it while it's here, because, you know, those memories will get you through. But just make sure that you're not so attached to those memories that when the change comes, the change of season, that you can't move and adjust. So we're going to move to the Mother Peace Tarot. We're going to take one card from this. Mother Peace. Oh my god. And of course, two had to come out. Some bullshit. Okay. Let's see. We have 8 of Wands, and I'm only doing these upright. 8 of Wands, 3 of Discs. Pay attention to your money. Pay attention to sales. Just make sure that you're not, and again with this yellow, make sure that things aren't advertised. You know, like, you kind of filter out advertisements. Like, don't do any flash sales, stuff like that, unless you really like it. I can really honestly see in the moment kind of spending. Make sure when you go to places like festivals, if you're going to festivals, if there's anything, you know, open, if you're going to shops, make sure you have like an intention. Make sure that you're checking your account, not on some fraud tip, but like just just keep up with it, because it could be one of those things where like you really look at the money and just like, where did it go? And especially when the seasons change and you might need something more serious, like not necessarily bills, but like just things you want to invest in the future, right? Like just this season, because I feel like that Leo energy is like really, really heavy, and it's really bright and it's like shining, and it's like it could overpower the thing where you're so optimistic that you don't have long-term like thinking, and that could be like something that when Leo season, because I think when Virgo season hits, you're like, damn. And you know, Virgo is quite oriented towards work and service and health and like actually structuring things and making things not legal, but making things doable, so that you can achieve goals. You know, you don't want to be the person that like drank your summer away and then like falls here and it's like, where did the money go? You know, I have good memories and stuff like that. Take lots of pictures to look back on and stuff like that. But just make sure that long-term thinking is kind of there, not to be a downer or anything like that, but long-term thinking will help you through this. I think it's a good time to invest maybe in like electronics, or because we're out of Mercury retrograde, electronics, or understanding how to preserve things. If you're interested in having a child, learning about that, relaxing, letting go. Yeah, I just think it's a good time. Yellow probably is your color, or will be the color, or you know, you'll have a lot of just solar plexus and even sacral like energy going. So like I said, make sure it's not too overhyped. Make sure that you're balanced, you're balancing yourself, you're grounding yourself. And one of the things you ground yourself is by watching your money, definitely. Also, just be aware of being overbooked as far as like your outings and stuff like that. Learn to say no. Make sure you're not people pleasing with that you're going to everything because you feel like you need to be there, or you won't have friends or anything like that. That sort of insecurity may come up as well. Wanting to be liked, wanting to be social, wanting to be out and about, and wanting to be seen as the fun person. If you're older for some reason, making sure that you have appropriate like relations with people, not on like anything like sexual or anything like that, but I think you know that person that like wants to be young, but it's just like there's like a disconnect a little bit. Like they want to listen to the music that the people who are younger listen to, and they're in the party and they're like, yeah, but they're like kind of out of place. I think those sort of issues can come up because Leo does deal with children. So if you drink also, like don't like just rein it back. pull it back. But yeah, it's a good time to just be youthful, I think. Be youthful. So now we're going to go with the Archetype cards and wrap this all up. Wrap it all up. And we have Lover. I'm not taking it in reverse, but I'll read the reverse, shadow. So Lover, light attributes is great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Shadow attributes obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. So I would say, don't be so into yourself that you can't help others and share your light, but don't be so clingy onto, like I said, onto the moment that like you just can't see when the shit's over. You don't want to be that last person, at the beach that's still hanging on. And it's like, girl, like, there's a hurricane coming. Like, no, we can still drink. We can still do it. Like, no, like, go home. go home, you know? Like, if it's a summer town, like they say college towns and stuff like that, like, when the kids are gone, it turns into what it really is. And so make sure that, if you're dealing with people and stuff like that, you see them for who they are, you see the situation for who they are, or what it is, and you can accept that it's not like as rose colored as it was. Like, there's a really big honeymoon phase, I feel like, this summer. It's probably like the good fortune for like being able to deal with 2020. Really good fortune. I think the people who are able to be stable in 2020, 2021 summer going forward would be pretty fruitful. I think your mood will elevate if you felt worn out. Because also, like, Pluto's at the end of, like, Cap. So, you might not feel as heavy. And, Mars is out of Cancer, so you're not throwing temper tantrums or anything like that. So I kind of feel like it's a lot more level and balanced. But just make sure that you are putting an effort to be stable. I think the people who were really low in 2020, though, like, will have to deal with like mania a little bit more, or trying to make up for the time that they spent indoors, the time that they spent like not being able to do certain things for themselves and others. So just make sure you're not overcompensating for the misses that you've had, or the losses, or the time apart that you had, because you could go overboard. And it's not that you'll do things that you regret, but I kind of feel like you don't have to do that. There's no real expectation other than the one that you've put forth. And if people are overly demanding with your time or energy, that's when you need to have the rose-colored glasses taken off, and see them for who you are. Self-love will be a really good thing. Self-love, love in general, but the self and how the self interacts with other people is going to be really helpful going forward. I don't know if 2022... Damn, this is getting real hard. 2022 is going to be about mission work or something like that. And so maybe starting winter 2021, for some reason, I don't know why, Capricorn season, you'll see a dip into this abyss, void. I don't know if it means it's a reset. There might be a reset coming. So enjoy this while it lasts, because it might be something on the horizon. Because in my mind, I just see like the horizon. It's like one of the cards in Marguerite Peterson's, I think it's the High Priestess. It's like this egg kind of figure or something like that. Anyway, in my mind, I just see like black. Not fully black, but I see this horizon a little bit peeking over like an eclipse type thing, but it's black. And so I don't know if like that energy, it's not low vibe energy, but it's a space where like it may knock things down a bit. 2022 is not a death year, but it's a year of some sort of portal that's opening. Something's opening. And so I don't know, emotionally, this is so sad. We didn't call like, yeah, and now it's like, yeah, like it's gonna get dark. No, but I feel like Capricorn season, there might be this loneliness, like there's a storing of energy, and I think that's why this sun energy is coming in so bright, because you're gonna need that reserve for later. You're gonna need what it feels like to be happy and high and, high vibing and talking to people, because there may be periods where things are quite barren, things are quite solitary. But it's an incubation phase for growth. It's a space for growth. We'll go and explore that later. I'll write that down. But as far as summer 2021 and Cancer season in particular, enjoy yourself. I think it's a great time to enjoy yourself. It's a great time to do things that you want to do and be with people you want to be and love who you want to love and do all of that shit. So definitely enjoy yourself. That Leo energy, I feel like, is coming through real strong. It's there to help you. Sun is really strong. It's there to help you. So enjoy it while it lasts. Make memories, all of that. So thank you for watching Cancer season June 2021, or just Cancer season. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you're interested, and I'll start doing these videos very soon for monthlies. So take care. Bye.